Hi Capricorn, this is going to be your Sun, Moon, and Rising video for April 2025. Check back if this reading does not resonate with being a Capricorn Sun. Please check back to your Moon and Rising sign. And incidentally, I am doing readings. My website is right there, HiddenLotusTarot.com. You can always just come over and book a reading or contact me by email and book a reading that way, whatever makes you happy. And so I'm gonna turn the camera around and we're gonna get started with the reading. Oh gosh, my phone. There. This is gonna be a 9-card reading, and we had the solar eclipse yesterday. What, today, the 30th? Yes. And our full moon will be on the 12th. It will be in Libra. So I just wanted to say that. I will shuffle the cards a bit more. I've already done some meditation and shuffling. I think I said that on your sign and glyph. That bears repeating, worth repeating. These are my old cards. My new cards, I had to give them a break. Here we go. We're gonna cut the deck. That's my egg to make my hand stronger, I think. It's gonna be blurry, so I'm gonna move the light back so it's not so close and giving off such a glare on the camera. Yeah. Okay, here we go. 9 cards. First card is 2 of Swords. The Knight of Swords. That's interesting. The 5 of Swords. The 9 of Swords. Man, you're kind of going through it, Capricorn. Next, the Moon. So this is either about the eclipse, but there's another card that has eclipse moon in it, the 8 of Cups. But this could be about the new moon in April coming up on the 12th. The 9 of Wands. The 2 of Pentacles. The 9 of Cups. And the final card, the Knight of Pentacles. So it doesn't look too bad. It looks like crap at the beginning of the month, but it looks like it gets better. What over the whole reading? The Chariot card. So this is your spiritual lesson. It's about taking the time to think about your next move. It's about handling your emotions, balancing them out. It's about moving ahead no matter what, never stopping. I think that's very true about Capricorns. When everybody else is running around with their hair on fire, Capricorn is looking for a way through, and he usually finds it. So what do I have? 3 9s, 2 2s, a 5. I have 2 Knights, and then the Moon card right in the center. So everything is happening around the moon. I told you that the moon is could be a timing feature for this reading. If it's not about the eclipse we had yesterday, which are game changers, then it's about the full moon in Libra on the 12th of April. But the moon also speaks to psychological fears. What scares you in the dark? What do you think about? It can be about hallucinations, illusions, dreams, psychic events. But if you look at the moon, the card, it talks about being able to balance out your domestic side and your wild side. And there the crustacean is about your emotions coming up. Your protected emotions. That's why it's a crustacean. And you have to walk the path alone. You have to let your feelings lead you down the path. We can see more clearly in the sunlight than we can in the moonlight. And so sometimes it looks as though what we see makes shadows that can frighten us. But you have to walk that path anyway. By yourself. I'm going to look at the card, I think, with the Sibyllus. Cards are read past, present, future. Past, present, future with the interplay of the cards. And I find it most curious that the Two of Pentacles is an anchoring card. Because it speaks to, I can't read it. Something in Capricorn. I can't read it. These cards are so old. So we have the Two of Swords. And twos always represent a choice, decision, an option, a crossroads. A decision has to be made. But you feel as though, or you think you don't, because it's swords represent thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, ideas, and communication. Wands represent your focus, passion, and determination. Coins represent either finances or the doing of something. And cups simply represent emotional quotient. I have two representations here of the moon. I have on his shoulder, he has two crescent moons. And so I think that this card represents Cancer, the sign of Cancer. So it's all about home, feeling safe, what makes you feel safe, taking care of others, nurturing. But you can't do all that without being able to balance your emotions. So maybe this is about the full moon between the two crescent moons. I believe it will be the first crescent moon and the last crescent moon. We find the full moon. And so I even have a crescent moon here. See it? So this card talks about you don't think that you have enough information to make a decision. And possibly you will receive some kind of unsettling communication. Something comes back. Some news comes back to you. It was a fight, some kind of argument, a fight or disagreement. You thought it was done. These two people are walking away. And so a message comes, and knights always represent an event. Knights come to move the situation along, but it's always preceded by a message. So this is a message about maybe the two people that walked away, coming back, and they're saying something to you. It's rushing back. It could be that Even Mercury turning direct. I think it's going direct in a few days. I'm not sure. I didn't check. So here you are. You get the news and you don't know what to think about it. You think you don't have enough information to make a decision. But not making a decision is also making a decision. So the card counsels that you should trust your intuition. See how the water is behind her? She's sitting on a bench, which implies rest. And you do know what's going on because the left eye of the female is not covered all the way. So you have an idea about what's going on. You don't have to necessarily react or do anything right away. But I do say there's going to be movement. Why? Because I have two horses and a carriage, a chariot. I also have boats down here. And so whatever this thing is, the five talks about ups and downs, changes, tense energies. So this card talks about setting up for yourself in a dispute, maybe unfair dealings, maybe some theft or lies. Maybe somebody's talking bad about you and you have to stand up for yourself in a dispute. But you want to be careful with the energy of the Five of Swords because the other people that you're fighting with will suit to any level to win. And if you look, you notice the same two swords that the woman is holding here, because the energy is traveling backwards, are the same two swords you have over your shoulder. I keep hearing chickens coming home to roost. I don't know what it is. But then we go to the 9. And 9s are sort of like 7s. In that the card counsels you to stop, think closely, carefully about what you're going to do next when you're out of the situation. But this card is about going down into the recesses of your mind. If you look, this looks like a ladder going down. And so this card can be about some very painful experience in the past. It could be about insomnia, nightmares, guilty conscience. And you can't sleep. You're worried. You have anxiety. And you shouldn't do that. But then I think after the moon, you arrive in a space with the 9 of Wands. And the 9 of Wands says, you've been through a battle, but you still have enough determination and energy and focus to jump back in if you have to. Remember the warning of this card. You may not want to, because they suit to any level to win. This card says that you are of good character despite somebody talking bad about you. And you have enough energy and determination to get back in the fight if you have to. I noticed that she has a blindfold on. He has a thing around his head, a bandage, and this person is covering their eyes. So I think maybe you have been experiencing some sort of pain in the head, like a headache or a migraine. And then we come to the last row. Again, with the 2, option, a decision, a crossroads. This card says you are maybe having to deal with 2 situations at once, 2 separate situations at once. It could be like working 2 jobs at once, or robbing Peter to pay Paul. Your finances are not that good at the moment, but you are handling it with grace and ease. I kind of feel like it's I want to say cyclical, because of the infinity sign right there in the holding the 2 pentacles, and you're off balance. Sometimes the card says you may receive a message that will help you make a decision. Whatever it is, it looks as though you get your wish, because the 9 of Cups only talks about getting your wish. Doesn't explain anything else to me. Because then the Knight of Coins comes. And the story of the Knight of Coins is that usually he is the slowest knight in the deck first. So the message that he carries might take a long time to get there. It could be a message about finances, about getting a job, about studying, about learning a new skill, doing something different. Or it could be that a message arrived saying that you may receive a sum of money. Here I see the 3 pentacles. And that usually spells maybe a business venture coming up where you might be asked to join. So the story of the Knight of Coins, it talks about the legend, talks about when he shows up in a reading, you have waited for a long time for the message, and you should offer him a cold glass of water because he has traveled quite a ways. Now, he won't be moving very fast because he's the slowest knight in the deck. See how big the horse is? He's standing still. So this means that the message will arrive. You won't be able to move right away. So I think you should take whatever this coin represents, think about what you're going to do, and then do it. Because there's movement in the spread. So 2 knights going in opposite directions, basically. 2 knights speak to doubting the sincerity of a male friend. I don't know if the male is involved in this or not, but at least 3 people are involved. What is up with the damn camera? Let me stop and close it down and start over. There. Like I was saying, 2 knights speak to you doubting the sincerity of a male friend. And the knights are going in opposite directions. So I think this is closely tied to Mercury retrograde. You're going to hear some news that you don't know what to think about. So maybe you should just take your time, because this energy is running this way on the top row. And this over here tells me that you may be battered and bruised, for lack of a better term, here with the 9 of Wands, but you're handling the situation with grace. This fight or argument, maybe you are having nightmares or guilty conscience about something that you said or did, mostly said or thought, or maybe they said some things about you or think some things about you, but it's all going to be okay. Usually the coins represent years, but I'm not telling you that it's going to be a year before your situation improves. This can be true for everybody. So expect a long time, maybe a few months, till everything works. You can see your way clear. Why does chickens coming home to roost keep popping in my head? I don't know. And maybe it was you who did something underhanded. And now you're getting payback. There are no cards of karma in here. So let me look. I can look at everything except the 2 knights, because typically traditionally, they represent people. So what does it leave me? The Two of Swords, Five of Swords, Nine of Swords, Nine of Wands, Two of Coins, and the Nine of Cups never tells me anything except maybe you're going to get your wish. That's it. I have a love-hate relationship with that card because it never tells me anything. So I'm going to start with the Two of Swords. Does it mean anything next to the moon? I think it does. Yes. It's asking you not to become anxious or stressed, as this can adversely affect your health. Maintain a positive attitude and perspective. The Two of Swords tells you not to allow your imagination to inflate your concerns. It is advised that you think positively, as worry and anxiety can adversely affect your health. That's what I was saying. This worry and anxiety can make you sleepless. It give you nightmares. It looks like, just the image looks like worry, fear, and anxiety. Okay, I go to the Five of Swords, especially with all the swords. The Five of Swords can indicate that you may have been acting in a selfish manner and may have been focused on self-gain. It can be a warning of malicious gossip, of losing something or someone of importance to you, some unfair dealings, and or theft. So you are asked to remain wary. But you're having headaches. I think you're having headaches. Also, the tunic, the turban on his head. And if you're having headaches severe, get to a doctor. All these swords say get to the doctor. The Nine of Swords. It can indicate health-wise a serious illness or a major operation. When the Nine of Swords appears in a reading, you are asked to check carefully because it could be a forewarning of a serious illness, an operation, surgery, or tragedy. It may also imply the death of a loved one. That could be what the message is about. I think if that's the case, because, you know, eclipse, I kept saying eclipses are game changers. And maybe you had someone who you lost around the eclipse, or 3 days before, or 3 days after, even on a day of the eclipse. So you don't know what to think, and you're very worried about it. But this card promises that it's going to be okay. All right? There's that. 3 nines imply good luck and a surprise windfall. 1, 2, 3. It's right there. So maybe the person will leave you something, a small inheritance or a small sum of money or some kind of property. The Nine of Wands. Nothing about the Nine of Wands. It wants you to use your discretion always. It also can denote, wait a second. It can also denote, oh, the Ten of Wands is not there. So, never mind. It feels like life can be at a standstill. So you are asked to hang on to your beliefs, stand firm, and know what needs to be done. Then do it. You will have the strength, knowledge, and ability to see it through to fruition. Perseverance and persistence is the key. You are asked to remember where you have been and what you have experienced in life so far. Nines indicate a focus on completion of events. And opposition and strength is needed in opposition. Fighting with these people up here. Two of Pentacles. With any 5 before or after the Two of Pentacles, it implies that your energies are being scattered, leading to undue stress and confusion. Slow down, relax, think carefully about each step you take at this time, and allow things to flow as they will. Have faith. That's why I said you may get the news, but you may not even know what to think about it, but you don't have to do anything. That's a decision too. Sometimes it's wise to wait. And believe. 9 of Cups. I don't even know why I'm looking this card up, because it never tells me anything. And it's the 9 of Cups, and its position in the spread is of importance, as it may indicate that your wishes may come true, and something that you have worked hard towards is coming to fruition. A long cherished dream may finally be realized. The 9 of Cups tells of great happiness surrounding you and implies that your goals will be attained. That's it. So I want to look at the Moon card, because it falls right squarely in the middle of the spread. My cards are so old, but I don't want to get new ones. I have new ones already sitting over here in my tarot box. I just refuse to use new cards sometimes. I think this happens between the eclipse and the full moon, because so let's look at the moon. What can it tell us? Desperate jealousy. Doctor. Domestico. Now that is 3 men, but the desperate jealousy can be about either someone who wants to harm themselves or commit suicide, or will commit suicide due to mostly losses in finances or other things. Could be alcohol and drug related. See, he got a gun in his hand right here and a bottle at his feet. And then we have the doctor, who is trying to help. And the doctor can be any type of degreed man. He doesn't have to be a doctor. He can be any kind of person who holds a degree in anything. But his role is to help. And then we have this shady character, the Domestico. And he's kind of shady because his role is to help you, to help things, to help you. But you want to know if he's doing it for himself or if he's doing it for you. That's why I think it's telling you to be careful. It can also be the man returning. But I don't see a man returning in this. So I would suspect that if someone is feeling low or tragedy has struck your family, watch out for the doctor. Double check what he's saying, what he's telling you, and if it doesn't feel right, ask questions. But ultimately, I think you're going to get left some kind of property or money, a small gift, a sum of money. Even this, doubting the sincerity of a male friend. So, that's what I have for you. Let's pull a angel answer card. Formulate a question for the angel answer cards. That thing, chickens coming home to roost. I don't know if that means anything to anybody. Helpful people. That's weird. Helpful people. This card indicates that it's time to expand your circle of friends. Do you find yourself needing to do some professional networking? Make time to branch out in order to create the personal and career connections necessary to be happy and successful. This card can also indicate that your situation requires the input of those who can assist you in accomplishing the task before you. This may include professionals in fields related to your questions or others who work for or around you. It could also include people in your personal life who have experience that will be useful. This card lets you know that someone will be entering your life soon who can help make your dreams come true. And that's what I have for you, Capricorn, for April 2025. And good luck.